To the Free State now. 2 men accused of murdering 7 people on a farm in Kestell in that province have abandoned their bail application today. They're facing 7 counts of murder, 2 counts of rape, additional counts of robbery with aggravating circumstances, housebreaking with intent to steal, and illegal possession of firearm. The victims included 6 women and a 17-year-old boy. Our reporter Moloko Moloto was in court today, and he joins us now from Kestell. Moloko, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Just talk to us about what happened in court. We know the first court appearance was met with a great deal of anger and unhappiness outside court. What happened today?
Good evening, Sally Badet. Indeed, just like it was the case on Monday when these 2 men first appeared in court, even today when they arrived in court, they were under heavy police guard. And outside court, we saw community members angry, chanting, saying that they don't want these men to be released out on bail. And of course, they were not allowed to go in because the courtroom is quite a small one. It's actually a container. But inside court, unlike on Monday where we saw accused number 1, Kamohelo Mudangisi, at some point shedding a tear, today they were trying to look a bit strong, and the court really did not take long. I think it took about 10 minutes or so, and then they indicated through their legal representative. You'll remember that on Monday they did not have a lawyer, but today they indicated through their lawyer that they are abandoning their bail application. They did not provide reasons, Sally.
We do know, of course, that the community is very, very angry, and we also know that one of the suspects has already confessed to these horrific crimes. You've spoken again to the bereaved families. What have they said to you today?
Very true, Sally. In fact, the communities are, they were still baying for these 2 men's blood. And luckily the police were around. They surely would not allow them anywhere closer to them. We spoke to family members. Really, it's very difficult for them to come to terms with these realities. I mean, one of them was even saying perhaps these 2 men should be taken to the mortuary where their loved ones are so that they can internalize and get to see the seriousness of what they are accused of. And she also went on to say, because today, apparently, as women from that particular area, they were going to the farmhouse to clean the blood that was spilled. So she was saying, maybe we must go to that farmhouse with them so that they can get to see what they have done. Another one, Sally, family member saying, look, it's so unfair. Whether they are given bail or not, it's immaterial because we are not going to see our loved ones ever again. And they will continue to live. She was basically saying, where was the law which is protecting them now? The law that did not protect our loved ones. The law that, she said, is not protecting them right now.
The Free State Premier, Sisi Ntombela, was there. What did she have to say?
Indeed, the Premier arrived and she was in court, and outside she was reacting to this. She said, look, this is just madness. And later on, of course, about an hour ago, she went to visit the families of these bereaved families. And she was basically saying, look, this can be done by anybody, essentially calling for calm. You'd remember that the family of accused number 1 have since left their home, presumably for fear of possible victimization. But the Premier is saying, please don't victimize them. Let's listen to her.
It can happen. I know that there's no parent who liked her child to do what those boys have done, So it's not necessary to punish the parents, to go and insult them as if it's them that they've sent their children to do that. So the parents must not do that. They must just, pray for them also, because even my child can do the very same thing. So we must not fight because of our children. We must, in fact, encourage them. There must be peace in the township. But I can see that people of Kestell understand that.
And briefly, Moloko, what is the next step with this case?
Well, what we know is that the case was actually postponed to the 14th of September. According to the state, this is for further investigation. Of course, we tried to reach out to the police to say, could it mean perhaps that you still expect to make more arrests? And the police are saying, as far as they are concerned, they really are not investigating any possible or are hoping to make any possible arrests. As far as they are concerned, these two are their men.
All right, thank you so much for giving us an update on that case in Kestell. That was reporter Moloko Moloto.